I wanted to do a quick video about my Hardboot Splitboard setup. This is a video I kind of wish I saw more of when I was researching this for myself. The information that I'm kind of able to find is limited to certain blogs and the companies that manufacture the products. But a lot of the best information I got was from friends and colleagues. So anyway, a quick overview on the system that I have, just so you know what I'm working with. I have the Spark R&D binding setup. So I've got their tech toe that they manufacture now. Real simple ascension bars there with these climbing wires. And then this is what the downhill binding looks like. This slides on the puck system, just like their strap binding does. And here's a boot locked in, so just a real simple lever, and you're off and running. The boot that I've been using is this Fisher Travers Carbon, and just a lightweight ski touring boot. There's a lot of great reviews from skiers out there and some splitboarders. It's just light, climbs super well, and I've skied in this boot in addition to snowboarded, and I think it does a pretty good job for the lightweight touring boot. To kind of summarize, I mean, it's helpful to know the pros and cons, I think. So obviously the pro with the Hardboot setup is its uphill performance. And I've got, this system is on my Weston Backwoods Carbon Splitboard, so really lightweight Splitboard. And when you take a lightweight touring boot on top of that, these are in your pack. It just feels light. It is light, and on those longer days it really adds up to having a little bit of extra fuel in the tank. So the lightweight aspect is huge. Also, just the performance aspect going uphill, the articulation in this boot is just unmatched in a soft boot. So you just get a full stride. There's no resistance in a wide range of moving. It's super nice. And also, you know, the compatibility with a crampon. You can bring lighter crampons that you can't with the soft boot these days. So I can do a fully automatic lightweight crampon. And then finally, a really big advantage is side hilling in firm snow. And if you've ever tried to do that in soft boots, it's a big drawback to soft boots. Going across a slope with firm snow, you'll have to put on a ski crampon before the skiers will. And so you definitely get some added rigidity and can continue to skin in a lot of conditions that I'd otherwise be in a ski crampon if I had my soft boots. So those are the pros, all basically focused on the uphill portion. And then the con is the downhill performance. And I'll start by saying that it's not as dramatic as I thought. I'm able to really enjoy snowboarding downhill with what I consider some amount of style. But there's some limitations there. In soft snow and in powder snow, it's the same, and that's where most of us like to spend our time riding. So in powder, I really don't even notice that I'm in a hard boot. I'm just riding as I normally would. In firm snow, and especially in steep terrain, that's when I notice the biggest difference. And part of this is probably due to mileage on my part. This will be my second year on a hard boot setup. But I just find those nuanced little inputs that you can make in a soft boot after years and years of riding. I just don't have that in the hard boot. It seems like I'm either on the gas or I'm off of it. And that middle ground is an important area when you're in that kind of, in those steep and firm conditions. Also, like, you know, when you're on a hillside edge, for example, on really firm snow, you're just leveraging off that one edge, and it tends to kind of press the upper cuff of the boot into the calf, and it's just kind of a weird sensation. Again, not as playful or forgiving as a soft boot setup is. And then finally, it's probably worth mentioning that I have yet to get comfortable really sending it in these boots. I stay pretty close to the ground, and I definitely have that in my head as I'm approaching a takeoff. It's like, oh yeah, I'm in hard boots, let's speed check. So if you really like to jump a lot, I'm not really sure how great the hard boot setup will be, just because it's so rigid. But that said, overall, I find myself going for the hard boot anytime I'm going to be touring all day. Certainly on the longer days, it's hard boots now for me. And that's just simply because you spend the majority of your time going uphill. The downhill portion is a small portion of the day when you're ski touring all day, and the benefits outweigh the costs in that instance. I still do ski tour in my soft boots on occasion. It's great for when you're going in and out of bounds throughout the day. And obviously, if I'm doing like a long day of just kind of standing around on an avalanche course or something, this boot's going to be a little bit warmer, a little bit more comfortable. But I still really enjoy riding in my soft boots. I just find that these are the way to go for long ski tour days. So hopefully that's helpful. That's just kind of my quick 2 cents on my experience with Hardboot Splitboarding. If you have questions, drop them in the comments below and I'll see if I can answer them. And if you've got any variations on this system, feel free to kind of get that discussion going too, because I feel like, again, a lot of this information is sort of peer-to-peer at this point. Thanks for watching.